Now presenting
the RKULTRAcast,
expanding your minds.
whether you want it or not.
Welcome to the RKULTRAcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the legendary accordion playing, parody writing, masterful musician, Weird Al Yankovic.
Who else could it be but Weird Al? Weird Al was born Alfred Matthew Yankovic on October 23rd, 1959, and he got his start in music when his parents bought him accordion lessons from a traveling salesman.
Wow, that really paid off for him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what better instrument to have than an accordion if you're going to make a comedy album, right?
Yeah, it's just so goofy and it has such a complex sound to it that it really just throws you off when you hear it.
Yeah, and he kind of had that music in his blood from as a child. He really loved the Dr. Demento show, even though he wasn't really supposed to listen to it as a kid. He snuck it.
The Dr. Demento show?
Yeah, it was a comedy radio show. Actually, still is a comedy radio show hosted by the one and only Dr. Demento. And it's still in syndication today. He's 82, still doing it.
Wow, so it was like a show where they just played like funny songs and
Yeah, little
had
comedy
segments of
bits
comedy.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Al was really into it as a kid. He wasn't supposed to listen to it. But by the time he hit 16, he actually recorded his first single, which was called Belvedere Cruisin', about his Chevy Belvedere that he used to drive around in.
Yeah.
And it was the first song he got played on the Dr. Demento show. He was only 16.
Oh, that's cool. So it was the first song he got on the radio.
Yeah.
It was just about his town cruiser, his family town cruiser, just his love story towards it.
And that one didn't really get that much play, but Dr. Demento thought it was funny enough to, throw on there every once in a while.
Well, there you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he kept crafting his art. See, later in college, he became a DJ, and that's where his nickname Weird Al started to come up.
Oh, yeah. I think he said that it started as something that wasn't so nice,
No,
Like they were calling him Weird Al just to,
just to mess with him,
But he said he owned it. And, essentially he's become a hero to everybody else who's weird or unusual.
Yeah, really a smart thing to do. I mean, it really worked out for him. While he was in college doing his DJ thing, he recorded My Bologna, which, was his first real success as a parody. He recorded it in his college bathroom for the acoustics.
What a badass.
He also recorded Another One Rides the Bus live on the Dr. Demento show.
Oh, okay. So you can go back in the archives and watch Weird Al in his raw, unadulterated form.
Sure, yeah. You can see him perform on the Dr. Demento show. He appeared as a guest a few times.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was before he got his first real hit, which was the parody of Michael Jackson's song "Beat It."
That's a classic music video.
Oh, it really is. To see Weird Al dancing like Michael Jackson
In the red jacket.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, that was his first major breakout hit. Yeah. And Michael Jackson loved that song.
Yeah,
he was always a really good sport about it. Some artists really loved their parodies, and there was a few that really didn't.
Really? I mean, I can't imagine not being good sport to the hilarity that is Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, I know. You'd think that, if you were a major artist, you wouldn't have such a big head of yourself that you would care that someone did a parody of your song, but there's a few.
If anything, it's flattering.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of people did find it flattering. Some people who really didn't. One of the ones I came across was James Blunt.
Who's that?
You're beautiful, it's true.
Who?
Yeah. Well, Weird Al did a parody of that song "Beautiful," and he did a "Pitiful." And James Blunt's people really wouldn't let him release it fully. It just came out on the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, this is going to ruin me.
Yeah. Well,
this is all I had.
I guess if it's the only song you're ever gonna write, why would you?
Come on, James Blunt.
Yeah. One of the funnier ones I read about was, I guess, Prince. I guess Weird Al wanted to do a parody of a Prince song, and not only did Prince not let him do it, he had his people send Weird Al a letter that was like, when you see me at this award show next week, you're not allowed to make eye contact with me.
And what?
Yeah.
That's so petty.
Yeah, some weird narcissistic behavior. But
this is Prince?
Yeah, that's what Prince did. Which, from a guy who changed his name from Prince to a symbol, obviously. A little weird, but I like Weird Al's response. He made his team of people send him a letter back saying that he was not to make eye contact with him, just as a, petty fuck you to.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Another one that surprisingly kind of had a problem with Weird Al. Not really a problem. Eminem. He did the Lose Yourself video, and he allowed Weird Al to parody the song, but he did not want his video to be parodied because he saw it as like a serious piece of art.
All right, Slim Shady. Okay.
Oh, okay, bud. It's, whatever. It's ridiculous. The last one and the most famous one was Coolio.
Coolio.
Yeah, Coolio initially didn't really like Amish Paradise. Apparently his production team said no, but the track to Amish Paradise was free use, so Al didn't need permission when he did it.
Gangsta's Paradise is free use.
I guess it was fair use or something. Yes, that's the word for it.
Fair use.
Yeah, and
interesting. So I mean, we might have to take advantage of that. Some sort of Gangsta's Paradise.
yeah, we could parody again. Why not?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Coolio initially came out and spoke out against Weird Al using his song without his blessing, but he long since retracted that. Before his death, he came out and said, that was one of his biggest mistakes. He thought he never should have really taken it that seriously.
Oh, I mean, Amish Paradise is probably like in his top 3 best songs ever. So
yeah,
that and White and Nerdy.
Yeah, White and Nerdy. Oh yeah, that's actually one of the artists that loved the parody. The Chameleonaire thought White and Nerdy was great.
It is an instant classic. I remember jamming to that, being like 14 years old.
Oh yeah.
This is me.
Yeah, it was too good. Another band that loved the parody was Nirvana. They considered that they had made it. Since Weird Al had parodied them, they're like, oh, now we're on the map now if Weird Al wants to do one of our songs.
Kurt Cobain was into it?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they covered a bunch of songs as well, and with like the Meat Puppets and things like that, so it's like, why not do a funny cover? That's funny.
Rockers tend to have a sense of humor. The lead singer of Devo said that Dare to Be Stupid was one of the most beautiful things he'd ever heard.
I have to say, though, I mean, if you really listen to it and you listen to how stupid the lyrics really are, it's pretty intelligent and clever. The contradictory ways he seems to give us the universe.
Yeah, that's true. And another one was Madonna. She actually wanted her song to be parodied. She knew Weird Al's producer and got in contact with him. It was like, hey, why doesn't he make a parody of my song?
Yeah, I've heard that they call it the Weird Al touch or something like that, where if you get the blessing from Weird Al where he parodies your song, it basically makes you instantly more famous. So a lot of people did want Weird Al to parody their songs.
Weird Al is not only known for making music, he's actually popular in all forms of media. He used to have his own TV show. He had a movie called UHF in the 80s.
I love the interviews on his TV show where he fake interviews.
Yeah, those cut up interviews. Oh, they're beautiful.
Like he had one with Madonna and
he had Madonna. He did Eminem. He did so many fake interviews.
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Yeah. And recently we have the new movie Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Oh, starring Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, which he does such a fantastic job. I love how you think this is going to be a serious documentary. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you haven't seen the movie, it's not at all a serious documentary.
Okay. It definitely gets weird.
Perfect. They could not have done it any better, to tell you the truth. A serious documentary wouldn't have done Weird Al justice.
I completely agree, and I'm so glad they got Daniel Radcliffe in it, which, like you said, he did a fantastic job. Like, you never really would expect somebody like Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, to be in a Weird Al documentary as Weird Al, but, he nails it.
Yeah, he really does, and he does it in his own sort of way. I love how he's just totally shredded in that movie.
Absolutely,
like
just
he's prison
rich.
house shredded, like Weird Al never was. But it fits so well.
Such a good movie. And
yeah. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
yeah.
No, I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, it's quite a masterpiece. And on that note, we mark the end of today's episode. Let us know some of your favorite Weird Al songs or moments in the comments.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at RKUltracast.
Or find us at www.rkultra.com.
So follow us because we'll be following you.